Let's get into the specifics of formatting a reference list in APA writing. Your reference page should be its own page. For example, if you have a 3-page written document, your reference page should be page 4. What goes into a reference page? Generally, anything that you've referenced in your work. If you have a citation in the paper, you'll need to make sure that it is referenced. What are the elements of a reference page? Let's find out. We have the author, date, title, and source. Let's see what a reference page would look like. The title will always be references, and it is centered in bold. The first line should stick to the left margin, and every subsequent line should be indented a ½ inch. When you're listing your author's name, you want to invert it. Last name followed by the initials. If there's a middle name, add the first initial only, then first initial of the author's first name. Use the ampersand if you have 2 or more authors listed. The author is followed by the date of when the work was published. The date is then followed by the title of the resource. Capitalize only the first word of the title. If the title has a subtitle, also capitalize the first word that follows after a colon or a dash. You need to capitalize pronouns too. Now add the source, which should be italicized and capitalized. If it's a journal, insert the volume, edition, and page number. We will talk more about this later in the video. Lastly, the DOI. If there's no DOI available, you could list the URL, but only if the resource was retrieved electronically. Note, your references need to be listed in alphabetical order from the author's last name. Let's briefly talk about DOI. The acronym DOI stands for Digital Object Identifier. Think about it as a social security card for work. This DOI uniquely identifies this article, so you could type in HTTPS, add the DOI, and it would pull up the corresponding article. It's unique only to that article. Now, if you're citing a journal article, these follow slightly different rules. How would you know a resource is a journal article? By checking if the article has a volume number, issue number, and page number. If your resource is a journal article, italicize the volume number, the issue number should be contained in parentheses, and then list the page number. To help demystify the reference list, try to ask yourself some questions. What type of source am I reading? Is it a book? Is it a journal article? Or is it a web page? Once you identify the source, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of the mix. That's it for today. If you need additional help citing a source, find a sample citation from a resource and mirror it. Continue to watch our series to learn more about APA writing. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by Los Angeles Pacific University.